During the Victorian era, one was very fortunate to live in a home. Living in a house was a sanctuary from the brutal urban life of most other Victorian people. In an age when appearances counted, these people took great pride in possessing the best for their homes. However, even for privileged families, they could still be victims of serious harm or even death inside their home at any moment. Welcome to the Victorian homes that would silently kill you. Killer exploding bathrooms. The modern bathroom has its origins in the Victorian era. However, this does not mean that Victorian bathrooms were the safe, comfortable places which we enjoy today. For instance, one had to watch out for deadly scalding from their cast iron gas baths. This was a horrific occurrence when the gas line that connected to a burner underneath the tub had no thermostat or temperature gauge. Though even bodily functions could kill you, like an exploding lavatory, the suspected cause of these bathroom explosions was the buildup of flammable gases like methane and hydrogen sulfide from human waste. These gases, accumulating in sewers and early toilets with the arrival of indoor plumbing in the Victorian period, would seep into homes. With sufficient quantities, these gases could explode by candle flame or other sources of ignition. Public sewer networks were eventually upgraded to solve this horrific issue of gas leaking. And yes, people were killed by exploding toilets during the Victorian era. Watch your deadly step. During the Victorian era, you would not want to be hurrying downstairs in the middle of the night by candlelight. At that time, building new homes to meet increasing demand meant quality was often sacrificed for speed and a compact design. It appears building reliable staircases was low on the priority list for builders, with construction almost an afterthought in many cases. As a result, steep and narrow steps, often irregular in shape with no handrails, became a homeowner's worst nightmare. Servants' staircases suffered the most in terms of quality, and combined with constantly carrying heavy items and trays, experienced numerous fatalities. One trip or missing step while performing household duties would prove fatal on many occasions, the main cause being a broken neck after a long fall. Led to household danger. During the Victorian age, increasing middle classes brought ever-expanding cities onto the landscape. Houses built to meet this rising demand required water. Unfortunately, lead pipes were used to carry water into households, causing lead poisoning over time through leaching. As a result, adults could experience high blood pressure or kidney damage, eventually becoming fatal with prolonged ingestion of this toxic material. Lead was also added to interior paint for making colors more appealing and to prevent flaking after application. Since appearances meant everything to Victorians, furniture, beds, and children's toys were bathed in lead paint. Though when children chewed their brightly painted toys or cribs, they were accidentally poisoned by the thousands, often fatally. It also caused horrific damage to their development and central nervous system. Deadly and expensive plastic. Parkazine, named by its inventor Alexander Parks, was one of the early forms of modern plastic. Known as celluloid in the United States, its high demand allowed expensive middle-class items like ivory combs and tortoiseshell jewelry to be made cheaply in comparison. Gradually, the use of Parkazine expanded to shirt collars, cuffs, and children's toys because of its advantages in the manufacturing process. However, the horrific truths were that Parkazine was highly flammable, could spontaneously combust, and had the potential to explode on impact, causing more than a few fatalities. Death on the walls. Yes, appearances were everything to Victorians, and with gas lamps lighting up the interiors of homes, that included the color of their wallpaper. Green was the sought-after choice of many households wishing for vibrant shades to color their walls, in particular the rich color named Shields Green. Known to hold up well against fading, its appearance and durability came at a very high price for your health. Shields Green dye was made from copper arsenite, a derivative of arsenic which slowly poisoned households with the release of arsenic vapor. Young children would be particularly at risk, developing lung diseases by inhaling toxic wallpaper dust and eating flaking wallpaper, often proving fatal. For adults, arsenic poisoning would at first cause abdominal pain, vomiting, diarrhea, and heart issues. According to some reports during the 1850s, an important maker of green-colored products estimated up to 100 million square miles of wallpaper made with this arsenic ingredient was hung inside British homes. As time progressed, large numbers of families were slowly poisoned to death because of this lethal wallpaper. When various local reports attributing the deaths of thousands to items dyed with this green ingredient, it makes Shields Green wallpaper seem the color of a horror house interior. A fatal light. As natural gas lighting fixtures began to brighten Victorian homes in the middle of the 19th century, many people were fascinated by this convenience. though danger glowed in many Victorian homes because there were no release valves or safety switches on these devices. As a result, gas would accumulate in the house, causing suffocation during the night, carbon monoxide poisoning, or devastating explosions when the leaking gas was unknowingly ignited. Those homes possessing coal gas lighting were using a dangerous mix of hydrogen, toxic sulfur, deadly carbon monoxide, and flammable methane. Once again, suffocation, carbon monoxide poisoning, or home explosions would be the result of faulty or leaking coal gas lighting. Unfortunately, thousands died from dangerous gas lighting during the Victorian era. Thank you for watching this episode of the Victorian Diary. We show regular episodes which reveal life in the Victorian age. So please remember to like, subscribe, share, and reveal this knowledge of Victorian times for the benefit of everyone.